Everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wolfie's Tiny Things. As you know, I collect some pretty bizarre things, and I thought I'd like to show them to you. I apologize too for making these videos so short. The problem is that if they go over 8 minutes, it takes me about 6 hours to upload the damn things. So I tend to rush through them, but I tend to fluff things as well, so I might get a little bit of information a little bit wrong here and there. Anyway, years ago, I was trying to take some photos of a friend's place in sort of like a panoramic scene, and I came home later on and I sort of noticed that some of the photos kind of had a little bit of the same information on each photo, but from a different angle. And then I realized what they were 3D photos, and I could look at them like you would look at a Magic Eye book and you would see 3D, and I thought, that's really cool. What I need is a 3D camera. I wonder where I could get one from, because we've all seen these Viewmaster reels and the Viewmaster viewers, and the thought that was going through my head was there must be a camera that takes those kinds of shots. And sure enough, there was a bloke over in the USA who gets these from garage sales and fixes them up. This is a stereo Realist camera from the 1950s, and I think they made them through to the 60s as well, by the David White Company in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, USA. And I think later they were made by Kodak, if I remember rightly. There's two lenses on the front, one for the left eye, of course, and one for the right eye. Fancy that. And that's where you see your picture before you take it. And these are rangefinder holes. Now you might notice that on the back where I've got this, the door, it's all sort of taped up with plumber's tape, and a little bit of fur from my doggy too. And the reason for this is because they were famous for leaking light, and that was pretty terrible. Anyway, that's the viewer that you frame everything with, but that is your rangefinder, and it's controlled with that bit there, just there on the side. Now what that does, now you've got to understand that this isn't like focus. Nothing is out of focus, or there's nothing to focus. It's actually like this. Now imagine this. I know this is my sheep tree. It's pretty terrible artwork. That's what you would normally find in the viewfinder. That's what you would see, something sort of broken like that. Now if you wanted to take a photo of that tree, what you have to do is move that until it looks more like that, and then you can take your shot knowing that the 3D is correct. And it's kind of like the way that they used those searchlights in the old Dam Busters movie from way back. I'm not sure if they used them in real life though. I've got a plane fanatic, I could ask him. Anyway, what you do is you get a reel of film at the end. It's just standard bog standard old slide film, and you send it off to the place to get it developed. And it doesn't come back like that, unfortunately, though those are what you would use in the end product. What you get is just a reel of film, and quite often you'll get a complaint. You'll get people from the film developing company writing back to you or phoning you saying there's something wrong with the film. And you'll say, yeah, I know, it's 3D film, just roll it up and send it back to me. Oh yeah, but don't you want it mounted? No, I'll do that myself, thank you very much. Because you get the cardboard things from a company, you might get 50 to 100 or more in one go, and you take them home and you mount them yourself. They're less wide, or thinner if you would prefer the term, than normal 35mm photos, and so that's why, thankfully, I suppose, you don't get them cut up. Even though I had plainly written on the bags numerous times, hey, this is a 3D, this is 3D film, I don't want it cut up, but they still do it, unfortunately. So what you do is, and I couldn't find the actual viewer, so I thought the Viewmaster one would kind of do. Now, you normally get your photos in a Viewmaster reel and put them in the top, right? Don't you? Okay, so it's really hard to see. I'm not getting any 3D through this camera. Now, you would normally put these in there, not into a Viewmaster viewer, of course, but into a specific viewer, but they work pretty much the same. But this definitely won't go in there. And that's how you see your photos. And I've taken some amazing photos of my family over the years. And I've got stacks of them, and I absolutely love looking at them and seeing my old dog and my mum and dad and places we went around Victoria and so forth. Now, look, these cameras are still available and still in use, although I'm not really too sure where you get the film developed. I have got film in there at the moment, which I haven't completely used, so if anyone can sort of help me out there, that would be good. I'm in Australia, by the way. Also, the other thing is, these are sometimes yellow because they use uranium glass, which is really rather nice. It's nice solid glass, but it's slightly radioactive and really, 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 really bad for your eyes. So if you've got a camera of that sort and you can get a hold of Dr. T, Dr. T will actually remove them and put regular glass in there for you, and you can keep using your camera. So yes, if you've got anything like binoculars or anything with yellow glass, do not use them. They are using uranium glass. While not terribly radioactive and quite okay to handle, I really honestly wouldn't want to put them up to my eyeballs, so don't use that. Anyway, I think I've covered today's 3D thing, and this is something that I was interested in the 90s. I got this camera in the 90s. I haven't had it since the 50s. I haven't been alive that long. So you can get one of these cameras for yourself if you would really like one. Unfortunately, there aren't many digital equivalents that are any good. I'd really like to see a phone come out with two lenses. Yes, I know there are phones with two lenses, but they're not spaced the way that you need them for 3D. But still, I'm hoping that at some point someone will come out with a reasonably cheap 3D camera which I can use to upload pictures to all the social sites that I need to, like I do today. Anyway, that's me. That's Wolfie's Tiny Things for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and write back to me if you need any more information and I'll try to give you some. Bye.